Hey there everybody, I wanted to share my experience with Helium Mobile. I don't know if you guys have been getting bombarded by all those advertisements trying to get you to switch over to their phone plan, which is just $20 a month, which is actually pretty amazing, and they're even doing deals on Google Pixels, so it's actually pretty good. But they tried to get me into mining, and I actually went for it. I already had some investments in crypto, and I was like, hey, I can pay for this crypto miner with crypto. I'm like, let me just switch it over. It's gonna make me real-time investments every day. And at the rate that he said it, hey, I was all for it. I mean, who could deny that amount per day, that ROI? So I was like, let's do it. I'm all in. I trust you guys. I trust Helium. Let's do it, right? It was not as he told me. I'm not getting the price range that he told me either, and the experience was pretty horrible setting it up, and I had to buy something else and wait more time and waste more, money as well, when it could have been sitting there in my other investment that I'll tell you guys about later. But so I just wanted to go ahead and share it, share my experience with it. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it quickly. But yeah, I'm going to show you the emails of me contacting them not responding, and everything like that, and as well as their website, just so that you guys can take a look and see which one I bought, how much money I put into it, and everything like that. So let's dive in, everybody. Alrighty, guys, so I am showing you my email from Proton Mail. I don't like to use Google anymore, any high stream services or anything like that. I hate it. I like encrypted mail. I like to know that my information is safe and not being used up by a whole bunch of things. You guys have been hearing about that Meta case, I hope. But yeah, so I'm right here. This is my whole Helium, binder and everything like that right here. So, here are my transactions with them, or my statements with them. I signed up to go ahead and do an invitation, a webinar and stuff like that. Went ahead and did it, and they invoiced me for about let's see, $570.17 with taxes. So I was like, hey, I already have a crypto investment, and it actually went down $100. So I don't mind making something that's going to give me money back. And when I went to the initial webinar, the guy had stated, hey, you're going to be making $11 a day over here if you do this miner. I was going to buy the miner that was like on the satellite, on the roof and everything like that. And then he's like, hey, there's no point in your address. I had accidentally given them a different address, my shipping address, so I go ahead and, put in my actual address that it's physically going to be at. And they were like, hey, it's no point at that address. It's already been, the hex has been used up, that spot, that area. Somebody's already mining it. So you're not the first one, so I'm sorry about that. But you can still mine it. We'll give you a little bit of money. And I'm like, okay, how much money? And they're like, well, that satellite one won't work. But if you have this other miner, it will go ahead and, be better for your outcome, for your earnings and stuff like that. And I said, okay. He said $11 a day was how much I'd be making. I'm like, holy crap, yes. He's like, hey, in 45 days, you'll be able to pay this thing off. And I was like, cool, let's do this, right? Yeah, no, did not happen. I've been earning $3, minus $3 a day. It's been getting worse and worse. Just the Helium coin, Helium Mobile coin has been slowly decreasing. It's a bunch of BS, but yeah, so basically I was actually very unhappy. So I actually messaged them throughout this stuff because my order was confirmed and everything like that, right? I bought it on May 9th, right? So already I'm messaging this guy, hey, my first meeting, you stated I'd be making 11 a day. I'm only making 3 and I'm upset. Are you guys effing me over? When I'm upset, I'm upset. So like, please don't screw me over. I would never screw you over, so don't screw me. That's just, don't screw me over. That's the only thing. So he messaged me and said, hey, can you please explain in detail your situation? I've CC'd George, blah, blah, our head of support to assist you. And I'm like, cool, let's get the big guns. And I'm like, hey, during our initial meeting, you stated that the Helium outdoor hotspot would allow me to earn roughly $11. $11, depending on the market, because it goes up and down. And I'm like, I'm only receiving $3.12. And at that time, $3.12. I'm only receiving like $1.50 now, $1.30. It's freaking BS. I'll show you right now, too. So, like, watch. But yeah, so $3.12, which was not what we said at all and not what we expected. I would never gotten this for $3.12. You stated I'd be making my money back in 45 days. You lied, homie. You lied. Okay, and then he's like, hey, please, for me to better understand, could you validate that he was at this address? I accidentally said yes, it was actually at that address at about 30 feet and stuff like that. Wrong address. It was a mailing address that he was talking about, and I'm like, of course, because blah blah, my freaking head. So he never got back to me, and I'm like, hey there, I was hoping to get a response before Friday ends on why my Helium earnings are dramatically lower than your salesperson had stated and promised, besides the ups and downs. I'm like, we could put it at a total of about 9 earnings a day with a decrease. But yeah, I don't know why. I'm just dumb. So he never got back to me on that. Maybe he's like, this person's goofing around and stuff like that. But yeah, so I haven't been liking it. Let me go and show you the earnings so that way you can see why, and you can see the total amount of decrease. It's been lower and lower tokens every day, lower and lower amounts of freaking money. So it's just ugh, and not what I paid for it. I would have kept my investments in crypto, moved it around into a better spot. It's very upsetting because once you buy a miner, a physical thing, you can't do it. If you're in crypto, I mean, your money can sit there and make money, over time. But if you buy something that's physical, that's it. It's done. So I'm pretty upset, but let me go ahead and show you the other stuff right here. Alrighty, so here we are, the Helium Builder app. Alrighty, so we got the fleet, which, I only got one, so it's only going to display one, but this is the outlook that it looks at. So boom, here we are, going to click into it. Boom, it automatically pops up. It's awesome. The interface actually just drastically changed, and it looks freaking amazing. I don't know for what reason. I think they took money out to employ these people to fix the app when really they should have just given us the money. But yeah, so here it is. There it is. For some reason, the Wi-Fi always sticks to 100, and I always put it at unlimited megabytes, but it just sticks. But here it is, the earnings. Look at that. Only $1.46. What is that? Do you see it? Like, what is that? $1.43 a day? My God, it used to be $3 a day. What the heck happened, Helium? I am very, very disappointed. Look at that slow decline right there. Do you see it? It's just not making me happy. I mean, look at this. So, see, you can see 1,200, and then in the lower corners, 1,400. It used to be 1,500. It really did back in the day. When I first started, I was getting 1,500, but now it's 1,200, and the amount has dropped even lower. So I'm actually very, very unhappy. Like, look at this. Look, I'm not lying. But like, tokens were worth a lot back in the day, and it's just crazy. So, I capped that out at 21,000, points, and that's when I took it all at once. And here's my miner right here in case any of you wanted to go ahead and see it in person. It is a pretty good unit right there. Not too bulky, but definitely a good chunk of metal. Definitely heavy. Not too heavy, but when I first got it, I was surprised by it. So there it is. It's pointing downward towards the people. I am about 20 to 30 feet high right up here. This is the wiring, and it all goes underneath, so it's actually kind of nice. I got a wide, a 10-foot cable. I think a 24-foot cable. It is connected right there through the power adapter. So it was not plug and play as they said. I had the Wi-Fi already installed right here, but when I try to plug this into a device, I'm like, cool, I'm gonna plug it in, and I plugged it into the modem and stuff like that, and it didn't do anything. There was no power. They did not instruct me that I had to buy a power supply for it. I'll show you right now, a power link. Alright, everybody, that was my personal experience with Helium. I am not for it. You guys saw the prices slowly decrease over this time. I've had it for over a month. Within that week, I was unsatisfied. They told me it was going to be $11. It wasn't. It was way less. It's been more than 45 days. I have not been able to pay myself back on this investment. I've not gotten ROI. And yes, this is what I had to buy. Okay, the POI injector. They told me it was plug and play. It was not because I had to buy this thing. Cool that it's 2-year warranty. It was inexpensive, like about $30, but the fact is that they told me that this device right here was plug and play, ready to go when I was in that Zoom interview with him and we were doing everything. I was on, a shift, so I was working in the back, washing dishes, so that kind of sucks. I wish I would have recorded it so that way I could have held him against himself, maybe possibly been able to get an actual return on this because there's no returns with the buy miner. You can transfer ownership. That's one thing that it does allow you to in the app, so that's cool. But yeah, so my experience, I don't like it. I'm not for Helium. They kind of lied to me and gypped me. Yes, I was incorrect on some stuff, like I didn't have this device and stuff like that. I gave them the incorrect address like you saw. But low-key, no matter what, you told me it was going to be something and it's not. I know market values go up and down, but F you guys, seriously, I'm not for it. So that's just my, spot right there. Go ahead and follow me for some more, you guys. I want to be your one-stop shop. So I want to be able to inform you on product reviews, cryptocurrency, online safety, things that I use in my everyday life. So please follow me for some more, and I will be here.